Yeah, 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 yeah. Living in Babylon, huh? Stay safe though, you know what I mean? Yeah, stay safe, straight up, straight up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All my niggas with me. You know we rollin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bitch, don't nothing come free. Pay me what you owe me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All my niggas with me. You know we rollin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bitch, don't nothing come free. Pay me what you owe me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. These niggas full of buffoonery. Try me, they gon' read your eulogy. Gemini, you know it's two of me. Niggas don't know what to do with me. Alien, I feel immortalized. Highly protected, we fortified. Nigga, you die, play with Mordecai. Lay in the ditch if you play with me.
SKOL Vikes, here we go. SKOL Vikes, here we go, baby. Down at the levee, we going fishing at the levee. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Oh, who we got in the building early? I know it ain't. You rain, who yang? No Ed and Eddie tonight, who yang? You hear me? And we got some topics to get into, some more Vikings news. One of the main questions, are the Vikings young or old? Are they a young or old team? Comparing drafts, comparing players, starters, backups, this recent draft, etc. Where do the Vikings rank as far as young, old, whatever you may say? Are they middle of the pack or no? We're going to break it down in the Boogie Downtown for sure. You understand me? But training camp, I believe training camp starts next week. Very excited about training camp. What's going to go down? How is training camp going to go down? A lot of battles across the board. Quarterback battle, we know what it is. Kyler Murray or JJ McCarthy. Who do you got? Let me know in the chat. Who do you give the edge to? Then, of course, we got to talk about Dillon Bell making some noise. The question is, will Dillon Bell get a real opportunity? Will Dillon Bell get a fair chance? Now, Dillon Bell showed out all OTAs, all training camp, all mini camp, made a name for himself, etc. And we're talking about a Dillon Bell who really was underutilized in college at Georgia. Questionable quarterback play across the board. So you put him in the right situation, a proper offense, a proper system where he can really put his skills on display. Hell, you talking about sky's the limit. Matter of fact, it's no limit for that dude. So question is, will Dillon Bell compete for the 3 spot, 4 spot, etc.? You have to take everything into consideration. But first, I'm going to get into, are the Vikings a young or old team? Some said are old. Really don't get caught up in the whole age part of it. Do they have players who can still play, contribute at a high level? You take Harrison Smith, if he returns, he makes his impact more where? Up front, close to the ball, real personal, aggressive to the ball. You should no longer put Harrison Smith in coverage. And once again, this is no disrespect. We're talking facts here. Put guys in the best position to win, period. But shout out Rob Brzezinski, shout out Brian Flores, shout out KOC. They had a phenomenal draft. They put themselves in a great position moving forward. Now it's about development. Can you get your players ready? Which rookies will start? So a lot of questions, but you cannot really say the Vikings are an old team. Now, middle-aged players, yeah, that's facts. But let's just check out the overall age of this Vikings team right here. You understand me? Let's get it. But he said, how many receivers will use in that playbook? I feel about Hu Yang. I feel about probably 5 receivers will make the team, 5 or 6. I say not more than 6 receivers will make the squad for sure. Oh man, my brother holding in the building. What up, dog? SKOL Vikes. Here we go. Let's get it. I give edge to 9 because he knows the playbook. There you go, Holden. There you go, right there. See, that's what everybody seems to forget, right, Holden? They forget that McCarthy has been in his system mentally for 3 years. Mentally 3 years plus, learning the game, learning the system, understanding his role, sitting back, boom, observing the playbook. All this time, all this work he's been putting in. See, they've just been focused on his injuries, right, Holden? But they haven't been thinking about the mental reps he is getting and continues to get, even this past season, off season right here. On top of that, being healthy, on top of that, putting in work with John Beck. A real solid, respectable QB trainer. You understand me? So let everybody get caught up in the hype. Holden, it's all good. It's all right. We know the edge that 9 really has. Lock in, 9. Go win. Let's get to it. 1 second. Let me set this up here. 1 second. Here we go. Get it right. Let me get it right. We know the edge McCarthy definitely has in this whole competition. One second, I'm gonna get into this right here. Dylan Bell later. So boom, let's get to it. Vikings middle of the pack and under 25 talent. So saith ESPN anyway. You got to question everything ESPN says, right? Right. Oh, it has came out. Most of the time, majority of the time, ESPN doesn't know anything about Vikings business. These so-called experts, analysts, etc., don't know anything about Vikings business. They may speak on it because the Vikings are hot right now. You give them that, of course. Part of the game, part of the play. But don't ever sit back and act like they know about real Vikings ball, real Vikings news. All they know about is hyping up Murray, hyping up KOC, and protecting KOC. And that's it. And trying to make McCarthy the scapegoat. That's about it round yonder. Here we go. Let's get to it. Over the past few years, the Minnesota Vikings draft classes have not been highly lauded. That's largely what led to the firing of GM Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah in late January and the odd situation that the Vikings went through during the 2026 offseason prior to Nolan Teasley's hiring last month. Given that, you would think that the Vikings would rank fairly low in terms of younger talent on the roster. Why would you think that? But according to the folks from ESPN, that's not the case. They've racked and stacked all 32 NFL teams in terms of under 25 talent, and the Vikings find themselves in the top half of the league. Not only that, but they're actually ahead of some of their more highly praised NFC North brethren. Let's check it out right here. The Vikings come in at number 13 on ESPN's list of under 25 talent around the league, which is a nice setup from the number 21 spot they occupied on this same list last season. Here's what they had to say about the purple. Last year's rank, 21. Blue chips, guard, Donovan Jackson, edge, Dallas Turner. Expect a breakout season from Donovan Jackson. Expect a breakout season from Dallas Turner. Some may say he had a slight breakout season last year. Okay, cool, but I expect a big elevation in contributions from Dallas Turner, no doubt. Notable graduated players, Will Reichert. What a thrill coming, what a thrill coming. You hear me? Bullseye, bang. SKOL Vikes. So let's talk about Jackson for a little bit. Left guard Jackson, age 23, is one of many top Vikings players, and Turner also 23. Wow. Moves into the starting lineup full-time this season. And can you believe, I repeat, can you believe it was people really doubting Turner, doubting his talent, etc.? Come on now. Stop it. Here we go. Really doubting this man after 1 year of playing ball. 21, 22 years old. Now he's only 23. Really starting to get used to the game, getting acclimated to the speed of the game. Let's get it. Go back up here. First round rookie defensive tackle Caleb Banks and second round rookie linebacker Jake Golday also joined the 23 club. I wouldn't really call quarterback J.J. McCarthy a top Vikings player, as he is in a battle with Kyler Murray for the starting spot, but McCarthy is also 23. Oh, man, makes it even more piss poor, Even more hypocritical that they want to turn their back on JJ McCarthy already, give up on McCarthy already, say he's not ready, say he's not the one with all the factors, determining factors going around happening in Minnesota right now. Here we go, man. Let's get it. Jordan Addison, one of the best number 2 receivers in the NFL, is 24. If Banks hits the way he can hopefully hit, the Vikings will likely move up this list significantly next year. Of course, he's going to have to be able to stay on the field in order to make that happen. So we'll have to see how that goes. Jackson and Turner getting recognition is nice to see too. Addison is going to age off the list next season, but Addison is still young. That's still the point, right? He's still young as hell. You know? We go. Still young, still growing, still learning at that. Let's get it. As far as the NFC North goes, the Chicago Bears are going to be a problem for a little bit. As they're way up at number 3 on the list, if you want to find the other 2 NFC North teams, you need to scroll for a bit. The Detroit Lions are down at number 23 after being up at number 6 on last year's list, while the Green Bay Packers are ranked at number 30. I guess Adolfo Mensah didn't leave the cupboard completely bare when he left, although he obviously didn't leave it as full as he would have liked. Hopefully, the Nolan Teasley era will bring about a significant change as far as bringing young talent onto the roster for the foreseeable future. And there it is right there. We know Nolan Bain Teasley is not playing at all. He's about serious business, serious business. But that just shows you right there, this talent, the talent on this roster was not some washed up roster. You have young players, middle-aged players, etc. The main question will be coaching and development this year. Like they said, Donovan Jackson, what steps will he take forward, right? Dallas Turner, what will he do? 8 sacks last season, bet. Give us 12, give us 14, somewhere in that vicinity. Elevation, progression, bottom line. Your head coach, who it starts with, the main culprit and everything. Can he play call? Can he make the right play calls in big moments? You know, can he stay out of his ego, period? That's the main questions right there. Some of the main questions anyway. Now I'm going to dive into Dylan Bell. Got to talk about Dylan Bell around here real quick. Now, Dylan Bell is definitely a name to look out for if the Vikings let him put in work, if they give him a real opportunity, a real fair chance to play ball and really compete to make this roster. Not only that, but to potentially be a number 3 or 4 receiver on the team in a major way. We got in the building. Shout out Lamont in the building. What up, dog? SKOL VIKES. Here we go. Let's get it, huh? Let's word. For sure. Top of the AM, EJ. No doubt, man. No doubt. Let's get it. Let's go. Up in Northern Country at the cabin this weekend. Dope, Lamont, dope. Hey, Lamont say he dipped out. Shout out, bro. Shout out. Enjoy yourself. SKOL VIKES. Here we go, man. Let's get it. But Dylan Bell, no denying Dylan Bell's talent. No denying Dylan Bell's potential. You talk about a receiver with all the intangibles, certain powers, certain strengths haven't even been unlocked yet when it comes to Dylan Bell. And you talking about his questions, whether or not he will get a real chance. Huh? If the Vikings don't give this man a real chance to compete and make the squad, that's another major mistake that's going on. And someone needs to be fired. Because you need to be able to identify talent and bring talent and retain talent in the building. Dylan Bell, oh man, Dylan Bell, already getting comparisons to Deebo Samuels, potentially. He can do it all. What can't he do? Matter of fact, he can run, catch, play halfback, H-back. Some say tight end, even fullback. You can put him all over the field. At any spot at the receiver position, he's a real weapon X. And if they really don't give him a chance to play, a chance to win a spot, win a job, that is a true crime. Now let's dive in right quick. He said, escaping reality. I dig it, man. You know, I dig it, dog. Here we go. Let's get it. Let's get it right here. Vikings wide receiver Dylan Bell drawing early buzz after praise from NFC executive. Let's get it. Minnesota Vikings undrafted rookie wide receiver Dylan Bell is beginning to generate attention before even playing a single snap in the NFL. Wow, here we go. According to Alec Lewis of The Athletic, one NFC executive singled Bell out as the most talented player among the Minnesota's 2026 undrafted free agent class. While unanimous evaluations are always worth taking with a grain of salt, the endorsement carries weight considering Bell has yet to step foot on an NFL field, as well as his versatility and productive college career at Georgia. The praise also aligns with what was seen during the Vikings offseason program. Bell was one of the team's most productive offensive players throughout OTAs. There you go right there. The 22-year-old rookie consistently found ways to get open and make plays. His reliable skill set stood out as he quickly established himself. There you go. After going undrafted despite a strong collegiate tenure with the Georgia Bulldogs, Bell has entered training camp with plenty to prove. However, he has already made a strong case that he belongs in the conversation for a spot on the Vikings' initial 53-man roster. Anytime you flash, anytime you come in right as a UDFA, making noise in OTAs, making noise in training camp, you deserve a chance to ball. You deserve a chance to make the squad. I don't care about undrafted, this and that. I don't care who's on a squad right now. Ain't nobody safe. This is the pivotal point in time where no one should be safe, right? We're talking about true competitors, everybody fighting for a spot, fighting for a starting job. The best men should be on the field. And guess what? I don't care if the best man is a UDFA receiver out of Georgia. You put him on the field straight up. You know? We're talking about Super Bowl, building a Super Bowl roster. So let's not ever get caught up in who's been here long or who's this, who's that. And I could give a damn, I could care less. If Dylan Bell deserves and earns a spot, give him a spot. Let's get back to it. Wow. Shouldn't even have to say that anyway, but we know how the business goes sometimes. You know it. I know it. Here we go. After going undrafted despite a strong collegiate tenure with the Georgia Bulldogs, Bell has entered training camp with plenty to prove. However, he has already made a strong case. Okay, already read that. At Georgia, Bell was one of the Bulldogs' most versatile offensive weapons. He contributed as both a receiver and a runner, lining up in multiple positions and creating mismatches with his athleticism. Offensive-minded head coach Kevin O'Connell frequently utilizes motion, creative formations, and personnel flexibility, which are areas where Bell could carve out a role if he continues his development. Of course, the path from standout OTA performer to regular season contributor is far from guaranteed. As an undrafted free agent, you'll always have an uphill climb to the roster. Bell still faces stiff competition in a crowded receiver room led by established veterans like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Jawan Jennings. Special teams could ultimately become the deciding factor for Bell. Undrafted players often secure roster spots by proving they can contribute on kick coverage, punt coverage, and return units while continuing to develop offensively with the scout team. See, that's similar to what Ty Felton is doing right now. But see, Ty Felton was a third-round draft pick. So Ty Felton is expected to play. So you talk about potential failure right there. Ty Felton could be that. Okay, cool. He's a special teams ace. He makes plays here and there. But at the end of the day, he was brought in to be a solid contributor on his team. Anytime you're a round 3 pick, oh yeah, the expectation is what? Come in and play. If it's not right away, contribute at some level. Get better. You know, Ty Felton really gave us nothing. So you take Dylan Bell. If he can come in and flash and continue to build on his momentum he built in OTAs and minicamp, he very well may make the squad. Not only that, compete to really get some reps on the field. Here we go. Let's get to it. For a Vikings team that has consistently found underrated playmakers through the draft and updraft free agency process, Bell could become the latest success story. There is still plenty of work ahead before roster decisions are finalized, but his strong OTA performance has ensured he will be one of the more closely watched undrafted rookies throughout training camp. Here we go. If he continues to build on his impressive offseason, Bell could force the Vikings to find room for him when final roster cuts arrive. And that's what it's about right there, period. You fighting for a spot, man. Here we go. I had Dylan Bell get drafted, but he didn't. Great talent, Holden. Great talent, baby. And a year with Jawan Jennings will help Bell out a lot. There you go, Holden. There you go. Big facts, no cap. That's word. 1 second here, 1 second here. Now, I believe it was some videos I wanted to get into. Hold on 1 second. Let me see here. Always something popping off. Always something popping off. So got some Everson Griffin news once again. Man, check that out. Hold up 1 second. Hold up 1 second here. Listen, bag that. Hold up right here, man. Thought I saw the ESPN one. Let's just get into this here. Oh, this is all pretty old news for Griff, man. Pretty much already we know about that. Let's see what's up here, bro. Now I wanna dive more into Kevin O'Connell right quick. Because when I say it is all on Kevin O'Connell for sure, I really mean that. He can't evade blame anymore. He can't run from it anymore. If two playoff games are not won, I don't see why he would remain in the building, dog. I don't see why Nolan Bain-Teasley will want to keep him in the building anyway. We need 2 playoff wins or more, period. You know? It's been 4 years. You haven't had 1 playoff win. You have one of the best rosters offensively in the NFL. And you haven't won 1 playoff game yet. Not 1. Oh, it is another. Hold on. Let's get to that right quick. Hold on. What he said. Dylan Bell was Steve Smith's sleeper pick. Called him a diamond in the rough. Oh, I know it, man. Big facts, no cap. Big facts, no cap right there, Lamont. For sure. Bell can be an explosive player like Diggs. Yep. Was coming out of the 5th round. Difference is Bell went undrafted. Yep. And Bell is a real dog. Like I said earlier, he can do it all, man. Put him at running back, put him at tight end, put him in any position and let him work. Let's go, man. Let's go. Definitely a sleeper. Definitely could be a weapon X. But let's get into KOC once again. Because I don't care if it's Dylan Bell, McCarthy, Murray, Jefferson, nobody. At the end of the day, we all know who holds the most responsibility in the scheme of it all. When you break it down full spectrum, it's on KOC. Your head coach, leader of men, alleged QB whisperer, alleged offensive mastermind. But it falls all on him. Let's get to it. What happens if Kevin O'Connell can't win a playoff game in 2026? I'll tell you what happens. Fired. Ain't no questions about it. Why? Fired. Why even waste any more time? We know who he is. We know who he ain't. But let's break it down in the boogie downtown right quick. The Vikings and head coach Kevin O'Connell have a great relationship. He has worked well with whoever is in the front office at this point. Is that for sure? What about Quasi? He adjusts his coaching to the roster he is given. No, he don't. That's cap. And he wins. He wins when? Huh? In the playoffs? No. In the regular season? Not recently. So what are we talking about? He really wins. Wins what? Hasn't won a playoff game yet. So what does he win? Let's get it. What more could a team want from a head coach? Perhaps some success in the playoffs wouldn't hurt. ESPN's Kevin Seifert wrote recently about the need for a playoff win for O'Connell and the Vikings. He discussed the various examples and situations around the scenario facing the team and their head coach if success isn't found in 2026. Seifert writes, this outcome would complicate O'Connell's tenure, but not necessarily end it. During his first 4 seasons, O'Connell won an NFL Coach of the Year award, 2024, and collected 43 regular season wins, tied for 5th most in the NFL over that period. And of course, you can't ignore the wins, but what happens when the playoff comes? What happens when it's a totally different season and you have no wins? When it really counts the most. Okay, cool. We give it to him. Solid regular season. 14 wins, phenomenal. 13 wins, bad. But if that's all you're doing, if that's as far as you're going to get, you're not going to take that next step, get over the hump, win a playoff game, win 2 playoff games. What are you here for? You know? I mean, if the goal is only being a playoff team, winning 1 playoff game, okay, bad. That's the goal. I understand it. I get it. But the main goal is Super Bowl, right? That's the main goal. Or that should be the main goal. You got to course the net sometimes with this ownership even. So the days of being satisfied with strictly being a one and done team in the playoffs are over with. They should be over with. And I guarantee Nolan Bain Teasley feels the same way. Think he came here to be mediocre, to be average after winning a Super Bowl in Seattle? Seeing the blueprint, understanding what it takes to win, understanding what a real Super Bowl roster looks like, and you think he's going to come over here playing? Come on, bro. Stop it. Here we go. Where we at here? Where we at? But he is winless in 2 playoff appearances. And there is a relatively short list of recent NFL coaches who made it to a 6th season without first winning a playoff game. The former coach of the year is among the best in his profession. No one is debating that. What needs to happen, though, as it does why any coach is successful in the playoffs. Without that, the seat is inevitably going to heat up a bit. And he should be on the hot seat right now. We're talking about hot seat this, hot seat that. Kevin O'Connell should be on the hot seat, right? Period. You know, bottom line. 1 second here, bro. This is mad now. You're mad now. I'm going to get into some video right fast. Dive into it here 1 second, man. Give me 1 second here. It's and we're gonna see. Check out some Vikings news, Vikings history, etc. Brian McKinney breaks down some of his best Vikings moments. Let's get to it, man. 1 second here, 1 second here. But you have to understand, 2 playoff games must be won. Period. 1 is no longer enough, man. 1 is no longer enough, KLC. He know it. We know it. That is no longer satisfactory in this realm of the Vikings. But let's get into Brian McKinney, just some Vikings history, etc. See what he has to say, man. Matter of fact, let me see here. Let me get some exact dates floating around. because you want to pretty much be for training camp and shit. You want to be, you know, pretty exact. You know what I mean? Hold up 1 second. We can check that one out too, but give me 1 second here, man. Definitely got to break that down, but hold up 1 second here. Let me see when. All right, that's a mad down. Again, there we go. Take a look at this schedule, man. When do players, rookies report, etc. Give me 1 second here. Make sure the dates are correct here. So boom, Vikings training camp, full schedule next week, right? Next week, I believe. Hold up. Let's break it down. Very excited, very excited. So many battles along the way. So many players who could come in right away and make a name for themselves, right? So many players on the brink of what? Making a team, being cut, being a starter, being a solid depth chart guy, etc. So 2026 Vikings training camp, full schedule, begins Saturday, August 1st, time noon to 5 p.m. Practice at 2:30. Autograph zone, kids 17 and under, guard centers. Here we go, some notes. Back Together Weekend, Saturday edition, Legends Weekend, and youth football and youth dance and cheer clinics. Monday, August 3rd, noon to 5 p.m. Practice 2:30 every day, I believe. Tight ends and specialists with the autographs going on. Tuesday, August 4th, noon to 5 p.m. Once again, 2:30 p.m. Cornerbacks, girls flag football youth clinic, back to back, baby. Wednesday, August 5th, noon, 5 p.m. Once again, 2:30 p.m. practice, running backs and quarterbacks, obligations to autographs and pictures. Friday, August 7th, they're pretty much back to back with it, heavy. Well, I guess Thursday, they get some rest, day of rest. Noon to 5, 2:30 p.m. practice, inside linebackers autograph session. Saturday, August 8th, noon to 5 once again, 2:30 practice, defensive line. Sunday, August 9th, 5 to 11 p.m. Practice is at 7 p.m. I believe that's the night practice, etc. Should be legendary, should be lit, no cap. Tuesday, August 11th, noon to 5 p.m., 2:30 p.m. wide receivers, autograph session. Wednesday, August 12th, noon to 5 again, 2:30 p.m. practice, safeties, youth football and youth dance and cheer clinics. Tuesday, August 13th, noon to 5. That's the main schedule. 2:30 p.m. practice, outside linebackers autograph session. Monday, August 17th, noon to 5. 2:30 practice, tackles. Wednesday, August 19th, noon to 5. 2:30 practice, joint practice with Baltimore Ravens. That's very pivotal, very important right there. Like I say, hell, the joint practices, right, may be more important than the preseason games, at least for the starters. You get to see real live actions, right? Starter against starter, best man against best man. So that's where the competitive juices really will be flowing. That's where you can really see what's in Murray, what's in a McCarthy right there. Joint practice will tell everything. I wouldn't be surprised if they crown the QB1 after joint practice. But like I've been saying, it can go all the way through preseason. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. We're talking about real decisions being made, how important this decision is, choosing the best QB1 for the job, how it will affect your team positively or negatively. Understand me? So major decisions to be made. So that joint practice, dot that date in, Wednesday, August 19. Very important date for everybody, all y'all. But McCarthy and Murray, who gonna shine then straight up? That may be the man for the job right there when it's all said and done. Then you got Thursday, August 20, noon to 5 p.m. Practice at 2:30. Joint practice with the Ravens once again. And that's pretty much it. Once that's down, once that's done, August 20, over with. we to the business for real. You know it. I know it. We to the season for real, man. Bottom line. So let's get into this Brian McKinney video. Understand me? Let's see what he has to say. Check it out once again. His greatest Vikings moments.
Coming into the 2002 draft, I wasn't sure where I was going to go exactly. They give you a projection. I feel like Julius Peppers and I were always ranked like 1 and 2. In some
He said Peppers. He said that boy Peppers, man, that boy Peppers was a real dog, right? Here we go. I mean, hell, some even called Peppers a freak of nature. His athleticism, his build, his stature, right? Here we go.
projections, it was like, oh, he's going number 5 to San Diego. And then
Who in the building? Who in the building, man? Here we go. Who we got here? Who we got here? Diggs in the building. Diggs in the building. What up, dog? He said, hey, what's up? What's up, bro? What's up? You good? We good? All is good. Let's get it. SKOL Vikes. Let's word. Get back to it. Here we go.
I get a phone call.
And Peppers, hey, you got real dogs in here right there. You know what I mean? Who that car? He was so. He was all right. Brian McKinney though right there. Peppers, etc. Man. Here we go. But Peppers was a real dog. Like I say, some people call Peppers a freak of nature type shit. Different animal around there. You know it. I know.
All draft day in New York from Mike Tice. It was his first year as the head coach. And he picks up the phone and says, are you ready? Because I'm Minnesota Viking. So immediately I'm like, what's in Minnesota? So I thought Mary Tyler Moore, because my mom used to watch the show, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Prince, the group Next. I would just think about all like Minnesota stuff and then like what was Minnesota known for. And then I learned like cheese curds, like that was like a big thing here.
They got them cheese curds out in a minute, huh? What you know about them cheese curds out in a minute? Is they hitting? Is they hitting? Let me know if you in Minnesota, man. Is the cheese curds hitting? SKOL Vikes. Here we go, baby. But lead out.
I went to like a fair here too, I think when I first got here.
Yeah.
I experienced Minnesota a lot, but initially when I got here, people were very friendly. I feel like coming from Miami, like everything's fast paced, but people were very friendly when I first got here, and I feel like I had a good time.
No.
It was a good welcome at the start. I remember this game specifically, this week specifically, because we were going against them again, and it just so happened why the froze even came about is because Saturday morning or something, I was going to go get my hair braided. One of them days, I think Friday, I was going to get my hair braided, and I came in there with my hair out, and then Randy was like, nah, we're going to leave. Everybody take your braids out. I won't wear hair like this. And I'm like, I was getting my hair braided today. I didn't plan on like, I just came in with it out because I was having it ready for it after practice. I would go get it braided. He's like, no, we're just going to let it all hang loose. We're going to wear our hair out today and for this next game. And he made everybody who had braids just take their hair out, and we all had to wear.
And it was a real ass kicking. Never forget, it was a real ass kicking, man. SKOL Vikes.
We had to make sure like I could put my helmet over my head and everything, but he made everybody else who had braids in their hair take their hair unloose, and we all had to wear big froze for this game, which might have kept us a little warmer that time of year. And being out of Green Bay gave us a little more like insulation and probably helped give us a little edge. Having a third opportunity to go against the Packers again, who's are known as our rivals, and you lost both times already. It's like it's no way we can let them beat us again. And like at least let's spoil them and like just knock them out of the playoffs. So I feel like that was kind of more of our mindset. And then it was like either way, just throw everything on the field because somebody's going home tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just give it all you got. I remember Nate being a good player, and I remember us having we used to have Freestyle Fridays in the locker room. And the top people was myself, of course, Nate, Randy every once in a while. I think they all would tell you I was the all-time Freestyle Friday winner. Yeah.
Are they flowing in that? They flowing in that thing, huh? Here we go, man.
I remember when we got close to him getting the record, and it was like, we got to go for it. Look at me moving people out the way. Get out of here. Yeah, and I feel like it was more in the second half. What I remember is the first half was kind of like, our running game was kind of like slow at halftime, and we came back out the second half and really ran the ball really well. And then I remember in the fourth quarter just hearing like how many yards he got, and he was close at the time, and it was like we definitely got to go for it. Because what's the odds of you being able to you're going against the champ. You know what I'm saying? So what's the odds of you getting a record against the person who has the current record? So it was like we definitely had to go for it. So I think all of our mindset, especially as the offensive line, was like, we got to make this happen for him because
that's what you want. That's definitely what you want too, right? You want your O-line to want their running back to be the best. If he can get the record, hell yeah, go get the record for the man, period. But that determination from them, want their running back to put up that numbers, make history. That's about respect. That's about real love there, man. They'll block for him, put it on the line for him week in, week out. Every Sunday, they bringing it. Know what I mean? That's what the O-line must be like. That must be the mentality of the O-line this year. You understand me? Period. They must have a brutal mentality, a violent mentality. Period. Ready to run through a brick wall for their running backs, whether it be Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason, Damon Claiborne, doesn't matter. Prepared to block their asses off for their quarterback, whether it be Murray or McCarthy, doesn't matter. We need dogs on the field, dog sharp and dog, no poodles in the building. You hear? SKOL VIKES, here we go.
You never get this opportunity. Like the record holder is on the other side of the field right now in the same game. So we got to go out here and, unseat you. I don't know. He gave me like a Walter Payton mixed with like a few other people.
Yeah.
It was hard to take down.
I said it before. Hey, I said it before, man. He just said Walter Payton. Yeah, Walter Payton mixed with Jim Brown. That's a crazy dynamic. That's a crazy thing to be. Adrian Peterson was different. Adrian Peterson was that dude. But Brian McKinney just said it right there. Walter Payton mixed with somebody else, man. You got a running back who's mixed with Walter Payton and Jim Brown. You got legendary legacy for sure. SKOL VIKES, here we go.
It was a fighter. I feel like he thought he was a machine. Each of these guys were playmakers from offense, defense, and special teams. Sidney Rice had a great year that year. Both him and Percy Harvin. To have Adrian and Percy, because I feel like they were really big playmakers, but then Sidney Rice too. So that was a great team. That probably was the best team in the NFL that year. But you just have certain things that things don't fall the way it's supposed to. But this might have been the best team that year. But the next.
My point right there. We see it all the time. Teams with talent. Teams with all the talent in the world. Brian McKinney just said it. That should have been the best team. But sometimes certain factors, certain things don't go a certain way. Everything's not in sync. Everybody's not on the same accord per se. It's not just about talent. It's about leadership, coaching, chemistry, brotherhood, etc. Dog. You know what I mean? That's it. But he just said, you heard it out one of the horse's mouth. That should have been the best team that year, meaning that should have been a Super Bowl winning team that year. Here we go.
To me was my was Steve Hutchinson. I was holding the fort down along with my left guard, Steve Hutchinson. So I feel like we had a good combo. Like I didn't have to worry about Steve, and Steve didn't have to worry about me, so we could focus on our opponents, which was a good thing. Because sometimes you play next to somebody, it's like you get a little peek coverage to make sure they're good. I never had to worry about that with Steve. Steve is going to handle his job to the best of his ability. He knows I'm going to handle my job.
He knows Steve going to be there right now. He knows Steve ain't playing. Steve going to bring it, right? He ain't got a question Steve. Wonder, is Steve going to do this? He going to do that? He's supposed to be in this spot. Is he going to be in this spot? Can I rely on him to be in this spot week in, week out? Give it all he got week in, week out? You hear me? No doubt. And that's what that was there. Come on, bro. Mentality heavy. Here we go. Yo, Percy said all day that was disgusting. Man, shout out Percy Harvin. Shout out Percy Harvin. Shout out Rich Julio in the building. What up, dog? SKOL VIKES. Here we go. That's word. Percy was that different type of cat. Real talk, real talk. You see what happened when he went to Seattle. Like I say, the Minnesota Viking Seattle connection has been around for years, damn near. People just ain't peep it unless you really peeped it. But now it's even more stronger, even more real. We got Nolan Bain-Teasley in the building. Do you think Seattle really wanted to let Nolan Bain-Teasley go? Huh? Come on, bro. Him being a true mastermind potentially, being up under Snyder for that long, learning what it takes to really build a Super Bowl team. Come on now. Here we go. Let's get back to it.
Brett made our jobs easier as offensive linemen. He probably did for the receivers too, but I know for offensive line, because he would call like dummy calls. He would pump fake like he's throwing it and make our guys slow down. He just did things as a veteran that personally made my job easier. Adrian,
savvy with the game. You know, that's what McCarthy has to learn more as well, and he will learn it more as he gains more experience, understands what to do, understands what certain formations look like, what the defense is in. Walking up to the line of scrimmage, boom, he identifies it right away. No second guessing, no questioning, nothing. You know, Brett Favre get up there, look around, peep around, make an audible, make an adjustment, turn a run play to a pass play, vice versa. So J.J. McCarthy will learn all that. And he already has that savvy, that knack of making the big play, wanting to make the big play, matter of fact. But like we all know, it takes time. It takes experience being gained to be a successful NFL quarterback. Have you had a few come through right away and ball? Hell yeah. But that's really rare. It's development for a reason, progress for a reason, right? Scheme, system for a reason, period. Whether you want to accept it or not, every quarterback has a scheme. Every coach has a scheme. It's their job to build a best system for their quarterback and the players around him. But your main priority, especially we're talking about a rookie in year 1, year 2, year 3, your main priority is your QB, especially if you say he's the future, he's the guy moving forward. What the hell are you telling me here? What is going on around here? It's not rocket science, it's football. All your energy should, boom, go into him. But we see where it's been going thus far. Here we go. Bat in the building, my dog Bat in the building. What up, man? SKOL Vikes. Here we go. Let's get it. Let's word. Say good morning, all. Breakfast time out yonder. Eat good, Bat. Eat good, Bat. You hear me? Heavy, man. Yeah, let's get it, man. Here we go. So
Peterson, we talked about him all day. Like, he's going to run you over. He's going to outrun you. He's going to hit you with moves. And he's never going to quit. He's going to give you the same effort each and every play. Jared Allen, he got to Minnesota, and I feel like he became an even better player. And he can hit you with the rib, the swim. He can beat you with the move. He can power rush you. And then he'll do his little lasso after the sack at the end.
You know,
He was us.
they all had things they brung to the table, all parts of it. You know, every offensive player brung something. Every defensive player brung something. Most importantly, what they had, the trenches. Had a sturdy trench game, trench play. You know, that's the difference right there. Just like this year, it will begin and end with your trenches, straight up, offensive line and defensive line. It starts there and ends there. Now, what will they look like? How will they look? What is the identity of the team off the rip? I'm talking Green Bay and then on. You know, we don't try to make it what it ain't or what it is. We know what it is. We know what it ain't. It starts with your O-line. First off, can you stay healthy? Can you stay available? Then you move along from there. We know, we know who the damn main culprit is, dog. No cap. Come on now, stop it. Here we go. Wow.
Special teams guru, and still is to this day from my understanding. And he was the great guy on special teams who was going to run down and he's going to make a lot of big plays. The year after me and was playing defensive end and was getting 10 plus sacks his first 2 years, and then moved in the inside and showed he could still be dominant there. And then you paired him with Pat Williams. They just made the Williams wall, which was very dynamic.
Williams wall, the Williams wall, baby. Everybody knows about the Williams wall. I don't care what era you're in, what generation you started watching in. You've either seen, heard, or read about the Williams wall. A real dominant wall. Yay. Question is, Orange Banks, Orange Banks and Orange. Is that the next wall coming up? Different era, different realm, but the same wall type shit. Can they be dominant? Can they be dominant? You shouldn't even think about running on them boys up front. No, don't even think about it twice, once. Matter of fact, be good.
Then you had Percy Harvin coming in from Florida as a rookie and just showed electrifying kick returns and just big plays, you know, as a receiver. And then Sidney Rice blossomed that year as well and made a great connection. His chemistry with Brett Favre was pretty outstanding that year. And I would say honorable mention was Visanthe Senko. I feel like he had a great year this season too at tight end. And Brett Favre also highlighted him and gave him a good platform that season as well. Well, Winter Park is where it all started.
Shout out Brian McKinney, bro. No cap. You hear me? Respect, big ups for real. We go. Got here, man. Get right in here. You. We got here, man. Was thinking about this. Everybody says Vikings QBs have access to a Cadillac offense and they are expected to be great. Is it not the same for KLC? Was the cupboard not full when he got here? Ooh, Bat, you coming in early now, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Bat. Yeah, Bat. There you go. Where the sirens at round this bitch. For real. That's how you come in, Bat? Early? Bad. You know. Let's rock, man. Lock in with me, bro. Lock in with me. You hear me? SKOL Vikes, SKOL Tide, Roll Tide for the pride. You know. Man, I got to read it one more again. I got to leave it up for a little bit. One more again. Was thinking about this. Everybody says Vikings QBs have access to a Cadillac offense and they are expected to be great. Wow. Is it not the same for KOC? Was the cupboard not full when he got here? You damn right. You absolutely correct, Bat. Definitely full. More than full, matter of fact. Talk about the offense, loaded offense, firepower, etc. Now you can question the O-line, but at the end of the day, we know what it is. We know what it ain't. KOC has been had weapons catering to him that he could put in position to win. Pick and choose right there, Bat. Pick and choose, period. KOC has been protected since day one, since leaving from coming under Sean McVay's hip, shoulder, whatever you may say. He's been protected for whatever reason. I'm sure we all know the reasons. Shit. How many times can you say the reason? Matter of fact, does it matter? No. And I got to put that back up there, though. Hold up. That boy Bat done came in hot on the spot. Well, you pretty hot right now, boy. You pretty hot right now, Bat, huh? Drink some ice water. Drink some ice cold water, man. That boy Bat coming in hot. Let's read it one more again. Was thinking about this. Everybody says Vikings QBs have access to a Cadillac offense. They are expected to be great. Is it not the same for KOC? Was the cupboard not full when he got here? Wow, man. Wow. Right there, Bat. Type shit like that right there. Very important, baby. For real. You know? What most people ignore. Come on now. Why won't anyone ask KOC this question? Does he feel McCarthy is the franchise QB still? Whoa, hold up. That's how you coming, Lamont? Hold up. Back to back. Where the sirens at around this bitch? Yeah. Oh, man. You hear me, Lamont? Come on now. They never asked him that. They won't ever ask him that. But everybody act like they forgot about it. We didn't forget about it. We know what was said. We know what he said. Go check the presser if they ain't took it down yet. No cap. You hear me? You hit it on the head with a hammer right there, Lamont. Period. Why don't they ask this man, hey, KOC, why do you love Murray so much? You said long time ago, a year ago, couple years ago, JJ McCarthy is the franchise QB. He is our future. Exactly. Do you still feel that way? Did you really feel that way off the jump? Or was it all bullshit? No bullshit. Huh? You know it. I know it. But Lamont, they will never ask this man the tough questions. Right? It's been some good questions. They've gotten a little better, some of them, at asking some questions, trying to dive in, but they haven't gotten real personal like they get real personal with McCarthy every time. Right? They intentionally try to get a reaction out of McCarthy, intentionally try to give him a volume of questions, dumb questions at that, some of them are, you know? They tried to paint a big picture, make him look like the bad guy, you know, the villain per se, because of what he said, because what he said was the truth, and he didn't say it the way they wanted him to say it. He didn't go along with the flow because he read bullshit in the flow and the energy and the spirit, etc. You know it. I know it. You can't ignore the facts. They try to make this man a scapegoat since day one. Of course, then his talent, his arm power since day one. We've seen NFL quarterbacks, former NFL quarterbacks who played under Patrick Mahomes per se. Chase Daniel, give him big ups, big credit for his arm power, arm talent, even with lack of technicality per se. Development techniques that KOC ignored himself, never took the real time to put in real work with this man. But he always gets the tough questions. KOC always gets to walk free. Man, fuck that free 3. You hear me? That's who should be free 3, dog, period. Huh? Jordan Addison finna have a hell of a year. Justin Jefferson finna have a hell of a year. I would presume so. If not, fire KOC. That's the new chant, fire KOC. You understand me? Period. Great job, Lamont. Great job, dog. Lock in. Here we go. It's not like the KO came here with trash to work with. Jetta's Cook, Darasol, O'Neal, to name a few. If the ingredients and yet no playoff wins, I didn't mention Kirk, but you can throw him in as well. Hell yeah, you can throw Kirk in as well. Like I say, that year where Kirk got hurt, tore his whole shit up, man, I feel like that's the year the Vikings could have made a real push in the playoffs. They were hitting on all cylinders, even without Jefferson. They were a true team, a team who could come together. It was running the ball, being physical, beating teams people said they couldn't beat, proving it on the field. That's the year they could have made a real run. The KOC, Kirk Cousins connections was authentic. It was really real. But they just couldn't get over the hump, and the NFL got lucky when Kirk went down. Yeah, when Kirk Cousins went down, it changed everything. They couldn't adapt, bro, period. You know what I mean? But not one playoff win, not one playoff win. You can't give us one, and you've been here 4 years, going on 5 now. That's horrible. That's piss poor. That's wrong. That's straight wrong. Not one playoff win in 4 years, and we're talking about progress, competitive rebuild. Where is it at? What's going on with it? So this year, guess what? We need 2 playoff wins. In order for KOC to retain his job, he needs to get 2 playoff wins, period. That's how I feel about it right there. Not a man. Come on, man. You know. Instead, we get, oh, it's the GM's fault, which was true, or the QB's bad, but somehow KOC has not won one playoff game and has been embarrassed in every big situation. No doubt. Once again, everybody else neglected. KOC is always protected, baby, for real. Let's get back to it. Here we go. I want to get in one more article before I get up out of here. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead, drop the link. Want to come rock and roll with me, lock in with me. Say how you feel. Just make sure it's real. Let's get to it, man. Here we go. What is that other article? Real fast. Hold on. Where it's set? Where it's set? We're going to talk about training camp, some rookies again. Rookies who have the chance to make a big impact. You get very excited about some of the rookies on this roster right now. Matter of fact, Jacoby Thomas, Jake Golday, Chuck D. Shout out Chuck D. Chuck Demings. You hear me? You know, Caleb Banks, definitely. Big Citrus, definitely. But what are some Vikings, sleeping Vikings per se, who could really make some noise? Understand me? Catch everybody, hit everybody by storm. So let's get into it. Boom. One Vikings rookie with the best chance to surprise everyone with camp underway. This first-year pro comes into training camp with plenty of momentum. Here we go. The Vikings have tried to fix their running game over the past few years. Oh, they must be talking about that boy Damon Claiborne. Let's get it. Let's run it back. Matter of fact, the Vikings have tried to fix their running game over the past few years, but they have never found an answer. While they've tried by doing things like signing Josh Oliver in 2023 and bringing in assistant head coach Frank Smith to overhaul the scheme this offseason, they haven't gotten the explosive plays on the ground that could make their offense a dynamic threat. The Vikings are hoping that rookie running back Damon Claiborne changes that. Big facts, no cap. I've been talking about Damon Claiborne since the day I found out about him. He could come in and make noise right away, contribute right away. Starter or not, I expect him to be on the field, period. Then we talk about injuries, which are inevitable in the NFL game type shit. He will get his opportunity somewhere down the line, but I believe he will get it during training camp, joint practice, preseason, etc. You can't sleep on Damon Claiborne. Man, one of the few players who just needs a little bit of crease. You know, most running backs to really take it, break it away, they need a little wide space, a nice gaping hole. Not him, not Claiborne. He can be a snake and wiggle his way through, then boom, explode out the gates, out of there, 80 yards, 70 yards, whatever you need, whatever you want. Different threat, different dynamic, period. You know, Damon Claiborne gives the Vikings a real weapon X, weapon 8, whatever. Gives them a real weapon at that position. You understand me? Here we go. Let's get back to it. Wow. Damon Claiborne could make the biggest impact among Vikings rookies in camp. Here we go, man. Hold up. A 6th-round pick out of Wake Forest, Claiborne can bring some explosive plays to the Vikings running game, and his speed and skill set could both translate into a breakout campaign during training camp and a chance to surprise everyone. Now that this year's training camp is officially underway, the 22-year-old running back is in prime position to surprise a lot of people. Big facts, no cap. Here we go. Damon Claiborne could make the biggest impact among Vikings rookies in camp. Fans who followed the offseason know that Claiborne does a lot of things that can help the Vikings. He posted a 4.37 second time in the 40-yard dash during March's NFL scouting combine and showed the ability to contribute both through the ground and the air. Wow. Racking up 2,350 yards. Nice little ball right there. And 23 touchdowns from scrimmage during his final 2 seasons with the Demon Deacons. Heavy. Here we go, man. Matter of fact, while we at it, let's go ahead and show a little highlight clip here. Why not? Let's work. Here we go. Damon Claiborne, pay attention. Be excited for Damon Claiborne, man. For real. Here we go. Let's get it. Oh, come here. Ooh, come here. Ooh, come here. Hell you talking about? Come here. You know it. I know it. Out of there. Like I say, one of the very few running backs, give him a slight crease. He's out. I repeat, he's out without a doubt. Let's get back to it. Out of there. So, yo. I need. Oh, slow down, boy. You're hot. Oh, you see that step? Hold up. Bring it back. Hold up. You see that step? Bang. Out of there. Bring it back. 2-step. Bow. Gone. Here we go. Man. See the crease? Oh, you got the crease. You hear me? Let me pause. Let me pause it. Hold up. Bring it back a little bit. Hold up. He's the only Vikings running back on the team who only needs a little crease. Aaron Jones needs a big crease. Jordan Mason, he's not fast enough. He needs a big crease. Xavier Scott, Damon Claiborne will beat Xavier Scott out. But check out how small, how minute the crease was, and what did he do? Still bust through it. Like a speed, a hit, a strike of lightning. Here we go. I need. Oh, wow. Not catching him. You're not catching him, bro. Even with the angle, you're not catching him. Period. Wow. Balance, agility, etc. Now you put him in this KOC scheme, a KOC scheme which should be elite. If KOC really adapts and adjusts, but you picture, imagine him, what? Out of the backfield, out of the slot, lined up as a receiver in the slot. You can utilize him in so many ways it's unimaginable, but just imagine it. You talk about mastermind, what? QB whisperer, what? KOC should have a field day with this man here in the program, period. You know it, I know it. How the hell could you not exploit this defenses all around all year long? If you're innovative, if you're creative, KOC, if you can run the ball off that, no reason in hell, no way in hell you don't have a high-powered offense that he has not put into your system and capitalize off his talents, his speed, his power, etc. They say he can't run, he's not tough. Yeah, right. He can put his head down too. I repeat, he can put his head down too. How about you? Huh? Here we go. Let's work. This man is an animal. Purr. Wow. One cut, gone. Vision. First step out of there. Gone. Come on, man. Stop it. And think about if you do give him a crease per se, you do give him a little bit of wiggle room or a lot of wiggle room. Think about what he can do with it, what he will do with it then. Phenomenal talent. I repeat, phenomenal talent. Phenomenal talent, bro, for real. Here we go. Let's get back to it. Hold up. Need. What I do? Hold on. Get back to it. So boom. That game-breaking, come on, dog. That game-breaking ability didn't take long to shine through during minicamp. Aaron Jones observed that Claiborne's burst reminded him of Lions star Jahmyr Gibbs. Great comparison right there. Roll Tide full of pride, matter of fact. In the Athletics, Alec Lewis noted that executives, coaches, and teammates quietly raved about his movement skills this spring. Smith's arrival also tips the scales in Claiborne's favor. The former offensive coordinator of the Miami Dolphins, Smith was known for his creativity in the running game. The creativity helped Devon Achane to lead the NFL with 5.7 yards per carry last season. When Achane was sharing snaps with Raheem Mostert, that didn't stop Smith from finding ways to get him involved with a whopping 7.8 yards per carry, 997 yards from scrimmage, and 11 total touchdowns during his rookie season in 2023. Wow, man. Coaching right there. Coaching. Here we go. That means it's not coincidence the Vikings were interested in a player that the Athletics' Dan Brugler called a diet version of Achane. It also could bring a dynamic the Vikings didn't have with Jordan Mason and Jones, as the duo combined for 14 breakaway runs, defined as design runs of 15 yards or more, according to Pro Football Focus. By comparison, Claiborne had 12 during his final year at Wake Forest, and with Smith's scheme working in his favor, he could rip off a few big plays during the training camp or in the preseason. Oh yeah, bitch, yeah. Joint practice gonna be a very important practice for Claiborne. Yeah. This doesn't mean that Claiborne comes without risk. What player doesn't come without risk? Every player you draft is a risk per se, a draw to straw per se, right? Right. Here we go. Question is he worth it? His 5 fumbles last season are something he'll need to work on, and his pass protection will be key in Kevin O'Connell offense that relies on the pass. But if he can get the dirty work down, Claiborne should have an excellent chance to open some eyes during his rookie season. Big facts, no cap, once again. You know. But definitely pay attention to Damon Claiborne. What we got here? Finna get up out of here, but let's check these comments out right quick. KOC. If McCarthy is bad, that's a reflection on KOC, is it not? It should be. You know, I mean, the players have to execute and put the work in as well. Oh, I'm good, Lamont. I'm good. Let me know what's up here. Volume good? What's good with it? What's good with it? What's going down? Let me know in the chat. Am I good? You here? Let's get it. But like I was saying, yes, of course, McCarthy has responsibility on himself as well. Put the work in, put the time in, get better, work on his craft outside of KOC. But if you fail him from the beginning, what does it matter? If he's not developed the right way from the beginning, what does it matter? That definitely falls on KOC back. No doubt. You understand me? No doubt, bro. KOC has failed him from jump. Got away with pure D murder from jump. He hasn't got the right amount of time. They haven't really worked on his skills to define his skills. Nothing. KOC has simply ignored this man. And like I always say, let's say, okay, bet he didn't want him. He wasn't his guy. He was Quasi's guy, which I say cap. You hear? If that's the case, why go up there and say he's the future, this and that? You know what I mean? But even if that is the case, you didn't want him, and build your quarterback, develop, mold, and develop your quarterback, period. That's your job as a head coach. Put the right time in with him, just like you did Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, like you will with Kyler Murray, and the list goes on. So that's the fact right there, Bat. And we can talk about what McCarthy needs to improve upon, all this, all that. Does he need to get better? Hell yeah. But he was given a short end of the stick from John. You know it. I know it. On top of having to work on his skills himself, get with John Beck, learn the game, learn the playbook, you know? Not even receiving your best effort from your head coach. And they want to talk about something he said in a presser, huh? At practice, huh? Because he said they in the classroom learning, and that's it. Huh? He didn't fake the funk. That's it. Let's get to it. And what he said, we are living in the bizarro world when the press is making it out like anybody that can't win in KOC's offense has to be bad. There you go. Oh, poor KOC. He's stuck with the national championship winning QB. Talk to him back. You hear me? Let him know. For real, though. For real. Poor KO. We feel so bad for you. Come on, man. KOC will always be protected for some reason. Always protected for some reason. Who's really the bad guy here? Who's really the problem? Who's the real villain, KOC or JJ McCarthy? Big facts, no cap back. Hey, you've been coming in hot all day, boy. Like I told you, drink some cold ice water, boy. No doubt, bro. No doubt. Now, let's see if there's any more news I can slightly dive into, but I'm probably finna get up out of here. Any more questions or comments, put them in the chat. I'll check them out for sure, you know. But training camp right around the corner. What, 3-4 days away? Matter of fact, the rookies may even report earlier, I believe. But you've seen the schedule. You can't run from the competition. You can't run from the season, no doubt. You understand me? Period. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nah. See if there's anything else we can cover though, man. You understand me? Oh, why they coming out with oh my goodness, you hear me? This Everson Griffin news. Are they really leaning on this, diving on this? Wow, man. Wow, Holmes. Here we go. It's a bad die. Wow. And this roster, as far as roster on paper, this should be a real competitive roster. A real competitive roster, dog. Straight up. Sam, it's a bad die. Yeah, really not too many hot topics, really too much popping out there in Minnesota Vikings land right now. But I wanted to just come cover a few things. Understand me? Down to the nitty gritty, man, in some ways, but training camp right around the corner once again. Very excited about these battles coming up. Hold on one second. Let's see right there. You know he always on that. Hold on one second. Oh, they cap?
I started posting that.
Hold up. Hold on, let's see. I know they ain't do it. Man. Hold on. Speaking on Vikings business, I'm on your topic. Okay, we good. That's what I want right here. Right here. Right here. What's up, Nick Wright? Sure you're right or wrong. Yeah, I gotta see what they saying over here around yonder. What they speaking on? Around yonder about my brother? Huh? More Vikings business. Speaking on Vikings business. Let's see what's up. Here we go. I like this. I like it. Don't do that, boy. For real. Now you know Nick Wright. He always speaking on Vikings business. Sometimes he fall back. Sometimes he come even more with it. So most of the time he be erroneous with his statements too. You understand me? Ask Nick Wright, how many times did he watch JJ McCarthy play and everybody else on his panel show per se? That boy Bo, all them, all y'all. How many times did y'all really see McCarthy play ball? I for damn sure guarantee they didn't see him play the last 6 games of the season of the year. Not the way these analysts talking, capping, and yapping. I know it. You know it. What he said, we didn't really lose. We gained on the roster this year. Dynamic roster bat for certain. Yeah. So you good, EJ? I think I was in a dead zone. All good, Lamont. All good, bro. Can't wait for camp to kick off either. Oh yeah. We excited about camp. Be very excited about camp. Camp when you break it down for real. Camp when everything falls in line. You know what I mean? We're gonna really see who the dogs in camp, especially this year here, dog. Know what I'm saying? What Bat said here. Vikings fans are suffering from the same hostage syndrome with KOC that they suffered with Kurt. Oh, please don't leave us. We can't live without you or one and done playoff record. Average mediocre bullshit. No bullshit, Bat. Been that way for years around here in Mini. That was coming out even more. You start to recognize it even more. You know what's going on even more. Even other certain situations, certain factors in Minnesota, not just football related. You know what I mean? Period. But you know what's going on. We know what's going on. Been years and years of people being satiated with being mediocre average, being a one and done team. Getting close, but never finishing. Understand me? Overpaying players, paying quarterbacks too much who aren't worth it, keeping players in the building too long type shit. Been a big cycle, a revolving door per se for the Vikings and the organization. You wonder why they haven't made history yet, haven't won the Super Bowl yet, right? They talk about, someone said, that boy Julian said, oh, they're on the cusp of what? Super Bowl. What have you been watching? What have you been looking at, mister? Yeah. The Vikings ain't on the cusp of nothing, period. Let them win one playoff game first, then go from there. In this case, KOC needs to win 2 to retain his job. I stand on that 10 toes down. Let's get to it, though. Nick Wright speaking.
Go through.
Run it back, man. Just let him speak all day. Hold up, man. You got that muted shit, boy. Here we go. Not on the way.
My crystal ball. I go through the guys. What half the guys.
The people who never stop
We're not
asking
doing care. I don't give a
are the
damn.
ones who find answers. Questions are everything.
I believe I was muted before I said this, but once again, I asked him the question. I asked him why, like nobody ever seems to ask the question, why? Why is Kyler Murray the best option right now? Even comparing to recent years, what Kyler Murray did or didn't do for the Cardinals, how he got beat out by Brissett. So how can we really say convincingly that, oh, Murray's the best option? Hasn't been in the system. McCarthy's been in the system for 3 years, going on 3 years now. As far as mentally goes, mental reps, he has the advantage right there. Once again, Nick Wright and some of those bozos, etc. I ask you, have they watched one game? I repeat, one game of JJ McCarthy. I guarantee ain't no way in hell they watched none of them, especially not the last 6 games of the season per se. So they sitting up here capping and yapping, JT just talking, not really knowing the facts and the truth behind the whole QB situation. You understand me? Here we go. He say, why KLC do that? Because it's a competition. That's why they're getting a balanced amount of reps. That's why Murray's not getting all the reps off the rip. Why would he if it's a fair competition? Why would he? Nick, right?
Like me. So getting Kyler all the first team reps is objectively what's best for the Vikings.
Cap. Once again, cap. Once again, cap. What are we talking about here? For real. If the objective is to find a QB1 and make it a fair battle, if the objective is to win, if the objective is to have the best man on the field, Nick Wright, bozo head, pinhead, why the hell would you say, oh, get Murray more reps? Why wouldn't it be balance? That's why, Nick, right? Because this situation, no one's coming in here just giving Murray the spot. Murray's going to have to compete. That's why, Nick, right? These guys, bro. Are you kidding me here? JT, man, just talking. Let's get back to it. Once again, what he think he knows, what he thinks he knows. We don't care what you think, Nick, right? Understand me? I know the Vikings hot right now, but it's been expressed clearly from Jettas, from Kelsey, from Murray, to the point Murray's crying already talking about he ain't getting enough reps. So it is a QB competition, Nick, right? Don't care what you think or your guys, your boys think up there. But at all, pretty good. No, it wasn't. No, it ain't. Everything he said was not facts, was erroneous. Matter of fact, he talking about pretty good. You jailhead punk chump. Here we go. You got Brew over there agreeing, laughing, smiling. Brew don't know nothing either. What's his name? Brew, bro, whatever. He don't know nothing about the Vikings ball anyway. You hear? Nothing that man just said had any facts to it. Nothing was congruent to what's going on in Minnesota right now. So let's stop it. You know? It's a balanced amount of reps because it's a fair competition. That's why, Nick, right? Come on now. Stop it. Boy, bye. Why is that a huge if for him and not a huge if for Murray? Why do they sit and assume, oh, Murray will play good, but McCarthy will play bad, or etc.? What do you mean here? Why can't McCarthy come out and shake it up, ball out, dot him up, dot him McCarthy, no cap? That's what I mean right there. The picture being painted, the narrative being painted per se. Once again, you know? Come on, man. I saw Jonathan Gannon's defense with the Cardinals beat KOC's offense all over the field, only for the Cards to lose because Kyler could not put us away. The same thing happened with the Rams that year. Kyler got Gannon ran out of town despite the fact that his defense was very good with a lot of unknown defensive players. Well, hell, they call him quarterback killer. I mean, coach killer for a reason, right, Bat? No doubt. Kyler is a coach killer. Wow. It's actually kind of scary that Gannon is now the Packers defensive coordinator. That could make for an interesting dynamic for week 1, as Gannon will definitely be looking for Kyler, and he knows him well. Oh, so you saying Gannon got the upper hand, Bat? You saying Gannon got the upper hand for sure, huh? All right, bet. Here we go. Jailhead is a commie, if you ask me. Wow, man. Well, if that's the case, let that be the case, but make it fair play, fair ball. People keep saying, what if this and that? Okay, and if JJ's a bust, you say he's a bust, period. If he beats out McCarthy, he beats out McCarthy. I mean, beats out Murray, period. Everybody's sitting here assuming this and that. Let the men play on the field. If McCarthy is the starter, if he plays bad, that's what it is. You move on, you regroup. But if McCarthy beats out Murray flat out, outright, he should be the starter. Care about all these assumptions. What if this? What if that? Hell, what the hell we talking about around here? We talking about a real battle, a real QB war. Come on, man. Oh yeah, here's 1.3 million and a no franchise tag contract. Sounds like he's out. Sounds like he's out the door. If he's out the door, he's out the door. They trying to make it big and this and that. Oh, Kyler Murray's career is over. JJ McCarthy is a bust. Whatever it is, let's get to it. Let's figure it out right quick, right fast. Oh, man. They both know each other, so we'll see. Definitely. Let's get back to it.
First teams. He comes.
Of course. What do you mean? That's the reporter's job, or at least you should, unless they're being biased, being capped. What the hell you mean? Will we get reports? Yes, you will get reports. Didn't you get reports in OTAs? Didn't you get reports during minicamp? Jailhead? You know it. I know it. So what are we asking here for real? Here we go. It's the media's job to give reports, even though we know sometimes the media gives the wrong reports intentionally. That's the world we're in, the room we're in. SKOL Vikes, let's win. But what? If that's the case, admit it. Don't hide from it. Run from it. You know what I mean? If JJ McCarthy's bad, he's just bad once again. If he's great even better. I think he will be great. All I'm saying is give the man a fair chance at being great. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line right there. Give him a fair opportunity off the rip, which he hasn't gotten. Matter. Kyler Murray knew what the hell he was signing up for. He knew this was a fair battle. He even said McCarthy was sweet. He thinks McCarthy is sweet. And the reps are the reps, right? The competition is the competition, period. Like KOC said, if people ain't been listening, he's been telling you for a month. I'm going to put them in certain situations, certain challenges, and who responds the best, who performs the best will be the QB1. What more do you need to hear to know? Straight up, bottom line. Here we go.
Going on.
The people who never stop asking are the ones who find answers. Questions are everything.
Tyreek Hill released episode 3.
So boom, that's it for the Vikings talk. Once again, those guys saying erroneous information for the most part. Damn near piss poor again. Come on, man. Here we go. JJ beat out Joe Milton at Michigan. Now people may scoff at Milton, but he is still in the league and he is a monster talent and raw skills wise. Never know, dog. You know, maybe Milton is just who he is. You know, a lot of quarterbacks can run, have arm power, but can't play at a high level. Just the way of the game per se. Has Milton got a fair chance? Is he getting a fair chance? Who knows? Understand me? Let's get a Blood Eagle Smeagol in the building. Shout out Blood Eagle Smeagol in the building. What up, dog? SKOL VIKES. Here we go. This was never going to be fair play. McCarthy was a crazy pick, and he gone. O'Connell never wanted McCarthy. O'Connell wanted Drake May, which makes sense when you look at the fact we have 75 QBs. And you know, articles have came out, news have came out, speculations as well, Blood Eagle Smeagol. The KOC never wanted McCarthy, and that could be true. That very damn well could be true. But if so, you should have been let him go. Hell, you should have been came out and said it. You should have been made your move instead of ignore him. That's my point. I don't care if you didn't want him or not. If you want to keep him in the building, you want to say he's the future, he's your QB1, work with him then. Put the work in to see him progress then as your QB1, as your quarterback of the future. That's all I'm saying right there. But he went the whole Mike Zimmer route. Did it in a different way, made it look better, made it look more pretty, make it up. At least Zimmer was real with it, and you knew exactly why he didn't rock with Kirk at all. But KOC going the Zimmer route, not putting time in with him, not giving him his best chance to win, nothing. You know? It's a damn shame how they've been doing 9 round there. You know it. We go. You may be right, Blood Eagle, but KOC kept saying he had a say in all QB decisions. Exactly. And shit, like I say, the rumors articles come out what for a reason, most of them. Would it be hard to believe that KOC wanted Drake May more than McCarthy? No, those were the rumors and reports anyway. And how Kwesi moved, how Kwesi maneuvered. Yeah, Kwesi made a lot of mistakes, so he could have definitely pulled the trigger on McCarthy, and KOC didn't want that. The man had 4 years of horrific draft and draft classes. So yeah, it was time for him to go. Like I say, was he the only one that should have been gone? No. But they had to pick one at that moment, at that time, period. But even if KOC didn't want him, doesn't want McCarthy, he must do right by him as a head coach. That's the bottom line right there. Whatever you may say about it, that's the main thing right there. It's his job to produce a quarterback. Get the best out of his quarterback. Here we go. KOC just trying to save face, like always, That's what the man has been doing his whole career, Blood Eagle Smeagol. Right? That's what he did with the Rams. Set up their head up under McVay, just sat back and looked good. While McVay whole time was play calling, really calling and running the shots. See, McVay was cool with him. He was cool money with McVay. So what he do, gave him the title, made him look good, paint his pace, paint his face in a certain way, push a certain narrative per se. And there you go. KOC get a job, get a head coaching job without really having any real credentials. Without having any real credentials, by the way. But the Wolves liked him. They liked his energy, what he brought to the culture, all this. Okay, cool. We get it. All good. But he was definitely overhyped, crowned too early. Bottom line, man, for real. We got here. Jailhead pulled the plug. Wow. Zimmer did not embarrass himself in the playoffs. I think Kirk finally drove Zimmer insane. Oh yeah, big facts. No cap, dog. Big facts, no cap, for sure. And with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell as well. Share this with any and everybody you know. Support the grind, support the channel. Why not? Takes less than 1 second. Big SKOL here. SKOL VIKES. Win, lose, or draw. Down at the levee. We going fishing at the levee. Hold on before I get up out of here. Give JJ to Andy Reid. See what will happen. I dig it, Bat. I dig it. I'm going to roll out on that. Once again, man. Down at the levee. We going fishing at the levee. SKOL VIKES, man. We run the North. Believe that. Here we come.